Paul, you said that you had a really crazy week, and I want to know about it because I had a great week, Paulie.
Well, it's hard to watch you with that big fucking white bandage on your
Fred
finger.
Flintstone thing. I got 3 stitches.
All right, let's get into this show here.
We're into the show already, Paul.
Oh, all right. Well,
The show is happening.
Okay.
Oh shit! Were you supposed to do an intro?
Well, I'll do it now.
You
know
do an
what?
intro? All right, do an intro. Dude, is
No,
anything better than starting your podcast with a nice intro?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite hour of the week, the Anything Better podcast with myself, Paul Virzi, and Bill Burr. This is episode 11. Phil Simms. Who else is 11, Bill? Kyrie Irving?
Drew
Who else is-
Bledsoe?
Drew Bledsoe? No, Drew Bledsoe's 10.
No, he's 11.
Is he?
Yes.
No,
Oh, you want to bet on that?
he's 9.
You want to take some? I'll take that action, Paul.
No, he's 9. He's not 11. Andrew,
Okay.
what number is Drew Bledsoe?
He's 11.
No, he's not.
Put some money on it.
Wow,
There he is. We're number 11.
oh my God, I'm thinking Drew Brees. Dude, I'm having the worst week, Bill. I just lost $800.
I don't think you had a worse week than me, but let's hear about it.
Well, first of all, okay, I'm just going to get into this. I'm just going to get into my bad week, and then we'll get into your bad week.
I had a great week, and then one thing went wrong. Go ahead.
As you guys know, I have 2 cats. We have a lot of animals in my house. Okay, we got the dog.
You're one of them. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm the biggest animal.
Hey.
And kids got guinea pigs, but these 2 cats mean a lot to me. Okay. Stacy and I, one of the cats was Stacy's 26-year-old birthday gift. Okay. His name is Thomas. Then we got his real brother the next day, and they were 7 weeks old, this big. And this is before anything. This is before
Wait,
everything
did the
in my
two cats
life.
run into each other and be
What?
like, wait a minute. I didn't know I had a brother, like one of those. You ever see those triplets that didn't know
Oh,
they were
no.
triplets?
These guys were same litter in the, all they know is each other. Okay. And they're gigantic. They're 16 years old now. One's got diabetes, but other than that is okay. And now Thomas, the one that I got Stacy at 26, is not eating, which is a really bad sign.
What's
Giving
he
him
got hypertension.
Now I'm just looking. He's looking at his.
You
food.
got cats. Or you living with stockbrokers.
Yeah,
You
right.
seem like human being diseases.
Yeah, they do. They get leukemia. They get
My guinea
diabetes.
pig's got a temper. You know, he's very verbally abusive to the other one.
Dude, I mean, it's true though. The guinea pig's picky. It's anyway. So I'm attached to them because I've had them for 16 years. They're part of my life. They're part of my history. And I'm seeing this guy not eating. Now, my wife doesn't want me to, obviously doesn't want to keep spending money on the animals if just let them live out, because a cat's life expectancy is 13 to 16. I got him to 16. One guy said, oh, you're going to have these things for 15 years. I was like, don't worry, buddy. It's going to be more than that. Okay.
You bet the over, Paul. You're a positive guy.
Absolutely.
Is there
So now
anything
he's
better than when somebody says your cat's going to die in 15 years and you come by walking it on a leash at 16?
I'll get
You
this
don't do that with a cat. Whatever you do with a cat.
Well, the doctors say getting a cat to 20 is the equivalent of, from what he's seen in his 40 years experience, a cat getting to 20 is the equivalent of a human being getting to 100. It happens, but it's very rare. So I see my cat not eating. I see the look in his eye. He's dehydrated. So I take him, and I don't know if he's going to be put down. So I'm already in a bad mood. I'm driving there. My wife's going, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to do what I fucking have to do here. We're fighting about it. So I go there.
Wait. What's she saying? Take it out in the yard?
She's working. No. She's working. She's going like, what's going on? Who's got the kids? I'm taking the cat to the hospital. She didn't even hear me. She's like, where were you? Anyway, they call me up and they're like, it's going to be like $700. We're going to do a leukemia check. We're going to do a senior cat check. We're going to do all these things. We're going to give him something. He's dehydrated. We're going to inject something under his fur that's going to hydrate him. I'm also want to give him anti-nausea so he starts eating again. So I'm like, yeah.
Make sure the cat isn't triggered too, right?
I'm like, yeah. Okay. Yes. Whatever you got to do. But things live with me here, dude. This is a true story. Okay. I took my cat to the vet, and we didn't know if he was coming back. The other one, the one with diabetes. And Lucas.
They all sound like Bruce Springsteen songs. I feel like you heard somebody going to Vietnam or something.
Dude, And Lucas is crying. They kiss the cat on the head. I'm looking at this thing like, I don't know what's going to happen. I say to the lady, what's it going to take? She goes, I think he's going to be okay. This is what we have to do. He's going to stay overnight. They said to me, which my wife got upset with, they said to me, if we lose the cat, do you want to sign a do not resuscitate? This is 100% true. Do you want to sign a do not resuscitate or a resuscitate? I go, what does that mean?
Fucking cat, Paul.
She goes, for $400, if his heart stops, we'll bring him back. I looked at the lady like, I'll kill you for the cat. Yes, resuscitate. I don't give a fuck. Dude, yes.
I can't believe people are this attached to cats.
No,
they're so fucking aloof, man. I feel like there's, you know, the person you went to school with for like 12 years, but you never really talked?
Dude, my cat runs to me like a dog. He was on my chest last night. He's the best. He's the best, dude. Guys, come here. They run down the stairs. Guys, come here. Run down the stairs.
All right. So the lady, I'm gonna get a bunch of shit from cat people here.
No, she goes, would you want to resuscitate him? Yeah. Dude, I'll put my daughter's guinea pig on life support. I don't give a fuck, dude. We live. Everything lives that I pay for and that we love is going to live. Okay. I'm serious, dude. I'm like, and you know, Stacy,
what's the over-under on this guinea pig? 7 years.
So Stacy is
doing like, $200 on the 8.
In my bookie, you got that in the bet?
You said anything, anytime, anywhere. Come on, man. You gonna stick to your fucking word here or what?
You see a bunch of degenerates at the pet store like an OTB. What do you got with that?
He walks funny. He walks funny. Take the under. Take the under.
As he's limping as a kitten. So, so anyway, Stacy's going, Paul, they're ripping us off. He's 16 years old. You know, and she's like, you're going to pay $700? And I'm like, yeah. And now I got to fly to fucking Oklahoma tomorrow at 7 a.m. My kids got to go to my mother. I'm stressed out. Okay. And now I worry about one of my cats dying. I got to give, 700 big ones over.
So do they shave the cat's like chest to prep him and they gave him a little gown with a little hat on him?
No.
Is that what you're walking away from?
No, he's a little, listen, they checked his ears. He's good. His eyes good. He's good. Still runs, still jumps, Dude, cat's a Hall of Famer, dude. The kid left a dead mouse on the welcome mat every day for months. Different mouse, like Hall of Fame numbers.
Oh, you love a shit talker, and you love a shit talker. Cat's like, see what I did? I can do this all day.
He dragged in a chipmunk dead. He bludgeoned it and dragged a big chipmunk in. And Stacy just goes, I just hear Stacy go, okay, yeah, good job, get it out, because he just wanted to show, because they want to show you this kid. And he dragged in a big chipmunk. He pulled a robin. We watched him pull a robin out of a robin swooped down, and he grabbed it and he just beat it to death. Just left it in the garage. I mean, the kid is crushing it. So I'm not letting him go out.
They do this shit more, right?
They get real low when they see something, and then if it's either above them or something they could pounce on, they whack it like they're super fast and agile, And listen, I love my dog. I love dogs too. I get that dogs are more emotionally there. But when you have a cat from 7 weeks old to 16, I can't just be like, put him down. I can't. I'm going to fight for the cat. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. What are you going to do?
I never had cats growing up. So I don't know. The cats are, they're a little weird.
That big cat liked you when you slept over at my house that time. I remember you were in the guest room and he was next to your head.
I get along with him, but I don't trust him.
What is that?
National debate has simmered since 2013 by Smithsonian's Migratory Bird Center and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, concluding that cats kill up to 3.7 billion birds and 20.7 billion small animals annually in the United States.
Dude, there was one year my cats had probably 40 mouse count and multiple birds in the garage. They're just killers, dude. They're just silent, just anything, rodents, bugs. They just kill them. They pounce on them.
That's why I don't like cats. You fucking walk into a room, you turn around, you catch them. They're like practicing killing you. They're like stalking you. It's like I'm putting food in your fucking dish, you cunt.
Is anything more beautiful what's more beautiful than a white tiger though? Huh? I mean, white tiger is the one that Mike Tyson.
Dude, that is the ultimate in elegance, Paul. Can you imagine an all-white living room? Dude, how Italian are you? An all-white living room with an Italian fucking an Italian tiger, a white tiger.
Oh, you're making me feel better, man. I'm having a bad day. An Italian.
You should get a white when you fucking hit. The way I know you're going to hit, you should get a white tiger, and then on top of that, you get him a fucking gold chain. around its neck.
Oh my God. Somebody's got to Photoshop that. Just a big white tiger with a
Look
chain.
at that tiger, Bill. The tiger fucking loves me.
Mike Tyson.
Nothing but steak.
Mike Tyson talked about his white tiger. He was like, I love you. He's like, I used to, he had a Mike Tyson, like during his like 87, 88 Tyson, he had a white tiger on a chain outside of his house the way Tony Montana did. And there's like pictures of him like playing with it. And it is, I mean, it's obviously ridiculous, but probably one of the most beautiful. I mean, even the black panther. If you ever see a black panther just sleeping in a tree, cats are.
No, they're gorgeous, dude. They're absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't say they're about cats, but like, they're gorgeous. Like, real cats are gorgeous, but like, I wouldn't have one as a pet, And then as far as like, cats themselves, I don't know. They're very, they shit in the box and you got to go clean it up and stuff. There's a lot to it. You've been doing that for 17 years, Paul. Paul, you're going to heaven, dude.
You're right. Listen,
a whole house full of fucking kids and menagerie. Is that what they call it with animals?
But listen to this, man. This is a weird thing. Sophia and I were driving home from ice skating the other day, and we saw a bobcat for the first time. I go, Soph, and I got a picture of it, but
those things are no joke.
Dude, I saw a bobcat, and he stopped and he looked, and he had the black on top of the ears, and he was running. It was unreal, man. Unreal.
Yeah, those.
And now this happens to my cat this week. So I'm just having I don't know. And then my mind, I have that Tony Soprano thing. I'm going, did I see that bobcat with my daughter? Because my cat Thomas is going to go. I'm nuts.
And I've been breaking your balls the whole time. I didn't know that you really like this cat.
I had him, dude. I think like maybe months before I met you. So I gave him to Stacy on her 26th birthday. And yeah, we've had them now.
Paul, if I had a cat that fucking long, I'd be doing the exact same thing you did. Okay. I mean, look what I did with my dog. Look what I did with my dog.
I was thinking about the joke you did about your dog, how you got like emotional when she left. And I'm just thinking like, how can I be this emotional, dude? When I knocked phone cable internet, I was 21 years old and I had a team under me. I was a supervisor knocking doors, and this old Russian guy, I never forget this guy's name. This guy, Steve, Russian. He was probably in his 40s at the time working under me, killer salesman, Russian accent. And he swear to God, hand to God, he said this. I said this on the Virzi Effect years and years ago, but he called me up and he goes, Paul, he's Steve. I listen. I can't come to work. He goes, my cat, he died. I'm sick. Dude, I fucking went like this. He just goes, my cat, he died. He's my best friend, Paul. I'm sick. I can't come to work. And dude, I just was like, no, it's all right. I'm crying because it's like this tough Russian accent. And he's just talking about, and when he said I'm sick, I can't, he's my friend. And like, I actually laughed then, but now I'm going I'm not going to cry. I'll be honest with you. When one of my cats go, I'm not going to cry, but it's going to be a piece of my history gone.
Dude, I got two friends of mine back home. Their cats died. And they gave them fucking CPR and they brought them back. So like, dude, I had my fingers are going like that. Like, you blew into a fucking cat's mouth. He goes, dude, I fucking love that thing. Brought him back.
Dude, when you're laying there watching the game and they just kind of come up and then they start purring and pop on your chest. One of my cats does this to me while I watch the game. And I'm like, all right, dude, I know, but let me what? That thing's going to die. I'm going to fucking be like, it's nothing. No. I'll fight my wife. Me and my wife will fight about this because I'll pay, But anyway, enough about me and the cats. I don't know what's going on, but dude, listen, man, if I love something, make no mistake about this. If Paul Virzi loves something, it's all love and it's all the way.
But Paul, just for the listeners at home, what are you trying to say here? I don't think you've made this point yet. It's fucking hilarious, dude. You make a point and then you keep making it.
Yeah.
I love that about you.
Drives my wife crazy.
No, you're in my house, you're going to live. Everything lives. Dude, if you're in my house, if you're in Paul Virzi's house, you're going to fucking, you think I give a fuck? You're living. 10 minutes later, you're still fucking talking about it. I love it.
Yeah, there's something about animals that because they never gave you shit and because they never hurt you, whether it's your cat, your dog that you're sitting with and that bonding time, they've never hurt you. They've never took trust away. They've never done anything that made you go, you selfish asshole. Why did you do that? And people
cats kind of lead a double life of like fucking, they're like that hitman.
Yeah, that's all right, though. I don't ask questions. I don't ask questions.
They're like the Iceman when he was putting together the bicycle and he thought about that guy. Hang on a second. He had to go out and go fucking kill him and then come back.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the worst is when somebody tells you that they're going to put their dog down, and on the drive, the dog is looking at them knowing. And that happened when my dogs, my mom was like, he knew. He looked like, all right, man, I've had my dog run. Thank you for the yard. Thank you for the food. It's time to go. And
they sense your feeling.
That's brutal. Unless you're a sociopath. Buddy, we'll go for a ride.
No, I was just picturing you bringing your dog to go get put down was Abe Vigoda in the first fucking Godfather. And he looks at Mike. He gets like, one more time for old time's sake or something like that. Goes, sorry, man. He says it to
Tom Hagen.
Yeah, sorry, man. Can't do it.
Yeah. What do you think, Tom? Get me out of it. Get me off the hook just one time for old time. He goes, sorry. What was his name in it? Oh, what was his name in it?
Sally.
So he goes, sorry, Sally.
Sorry, Sally.
And then,
do it.
Yeah, man. I look at it like this. If the dog or the cat can get to life expectancy and they've had the life, the cats have killed all the mice they could kill. They've knocked out some birds. They lived the cat life. Good. But I'm going to do everything I can. Here's the other thing too. I told my wife, I go, if the doctor tells me his vitals are good and he's not suffering, he's staying up. As soon as I hear my cat is suffering, I'm not going to be one of those lunatics.
Right.
I talked to somebody.
Can you imagine if there was no cats, how many fucking birds there'd be? You wouldn't even be able to see the sun. Killing 1 billion birds a year? It's really ridiculous, and it's a statement what great killers cats are. That, if I can fly and you're on the ground, you ain't killing me. If you don't have an anti-aircraft gun, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking bananas.
And the crazy thing is when we see the giant hawks are contemplating any kind of rodent or something that they could actually take. And ours are just too big. They can't get them. But you can YouTube cats being like kittens just get taken up or, it's
Dude, I think
crazy.
about that every time I go in the backyard with my son because we got hawks around here. So I always make sure Papa Bear is right there. And I always tell my wife that. I talk about the coyotes like late at night. Those fucking things.
Well, they're not going to take a child.
A bird?
They're going to take really? They could.
I'm not going to be the fucking guy that finds out. I'll tell you, this was a rare one. Never seen this before. And then I'm on the news like, I was holding on to him. Dude, the first time I went to take my daughter outside, that was the first thing I thought of. I thought of a bird of prey swooping in to take my beautiful daughter. And in my head, I ripped the thing's fucking leg off and stabbed it to death with its own talons. And I think it was an eagle, too. And I like to think I'm patriotic.
Found an article, 5 birds that could steal your toddler. So
that's just clickbait.
Okay. Golden eagle, Marshall eagle, Steller's sea eagle. Yeah, they're all eagles.
Well, dude, an eagle's talent, I don't think they could take a kid, but an eagle's talent is eagles are really powerful birds.
They got double Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. And I heard that. Yeah. If I saw a bird coming at me, man, like when they scream and they come in like that, that'd be actually brutal. That Hitchcock movie, Birds.
I think what you got to do is take the hit and then you got to grab them. You just got to know. It's like you ever see those guys get tased by the cops?
Yeah.
And they rip it out and then they go at him. That's how you got to go to bird of prey.
I mean, the money I would give to watch you holding a bird's talent, just freaking out, angry, would be worth the price of admission. Just watching Burr.
Watching me be that angry, that murderous, while being terrified at the same time would be priceless.
While wings are just going like this. Because, yeah, man, but
forearm right down on the neck and then just pulling the head until it just snapped.
One of the sickest things one of the most powerful cats,
just other than head off like a jar.
just going like
that's it. No matter what it's clawing, just grab it by its throat and just fucking. That's I fucked up my finger.
Yeah, let's tell me about that.
Paul, I've been living a sober life this whole month. No cigars, nothing. Right? Trying to face my fucking demons rather than medicate. So, I don't know. I started eating plant-based more of that shit, right? So, chopping up vegetables is a pain in the ass. So I get something called a mandolin. It's not the guitar. It's one of those fucking things like this thing, right? So one of the few times ever, I actually sat down and read all the instructions. Cover to cover. I had to force myself with my ADD to sit down and do it, which I do. And then it says, just be careful because this blade is really, really sharp. Dude, when I tell you I had to rinse it off in the end, when I put it in the sink, I was just nonchalantly handling that thing. All of a sudden, I just felt like deep. Ooh. And I went, oh, no. Dude, right? Dude, for anybody who's queasy, you might want to mute this part. Dude, I looked to see, because I put paper towel on it, and I was trying to put pressure on it, right? And then all I'm thinking is like, all right, let me just see how bad. I felt deeper than usual. Usual cut on the finger. And I opened it up, dude. It was like a toupee that had started to come unglued, flapping up like that. And dude, it was just like, it was gushing out. And I was like, man, that's going to need a stitch. So I called my wife, told her what I did. And she goes, all right, I'll take it to the urgent care. So she pulls up. And I guess the whole way over, she told my daughter what happened. And she goes, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And then, dude, she came walking in the door, and I saw the 35-year-old version of my daughter. Just confident. She went right in. She just came walking in, walked by the room I was in. She didn't see me. She just walks by. She's like, I want to see it. I want to see it. Where is it? She's, Dada, I want to see it. She comes in. I go, I don't know. The paper towel's got some blood on it. She goes, I want to see it. And I show it to her, and she goes, ooh, that must have hurt. I was just like... cognitively, she went to this other levels. Yesterday, for the first time ever, I rode bikes with her. One of the greatest days of my life. She was going around in a circle. She did great. And then she wiped out, but she was getting so much attention from everybody. My mother-in-law was there, or her brother, my wife, that she went, I'm okay. She popped up. She goes, I turned too sharp. Like she already gets it. Kid is super fucking smart, man.
Dude, fast forward, you're shitting your pants in a home at 92, and she goes, who's cleaning my father's room? Dude,
I thought you were going to say she's on a motorcycle. That would have scared the shit out of me. But all right, I'll go with that.
No, that's one thing that like I would, as much as I would want to empower my daughter to play sports and do anything she wants, if my daughter came to me and said, Dad, I'm getting a motorcycle, or my son, both kids, motorcycles out. It's just
dirt bike. You can ride a dirt bike.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, yes, you could ride a dirt bike till a certain age, but you're not getting on something that goes 70 miles an hour and like none of that crotch rocket shit.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
No, dude. It's like, I'll do whatever else. Like, I'll even balance it out with something I kind of don't want you to do.
You were going to get a 4-wheeler last I talked to you, right? Yeah,
but I'm getting the utility, the one for plowing the driveway, and like I'm not getting one that's like a racer or anything like that. I'm gonna get,
How often you got to plow your driveway? Don't you want to have some fun?
Oh, listen, I'm gonna go around that neighborhood when a little flurry and check it out, because that's all they do. When it snows, there's no trucks around, so the 5 or 6 neighbors that have them, they just go and they just ride, and it's awesome. Like,
So wait a second. So this thing, is it geared low to like plow the driveway?
No, everybody does get them to plow, and then you do like a lot of the neighbors thing. But otherwise, it cost me like February, we were paying plows. I was paying I could have fucking got a 4-wheeler. So you attach, it comes with the thing. You attach the plow to it, and then you just plow the driveway. Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm picturing you with that classic old man hat with the flaps.
Oh, I have that. I got that for Christmas. Oh, yeah, man. But like, if Lucas or Sophia were like, Dad, I'm going to get a motorcycle, I'll be like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not.
Yeah, but if you've been cool up to that point, they could do like everything. It's like anything you want to fucking do, you can do. You just can't do that.
Yeah, you just can't do that. Like whatever you want to do. You want to get, I'll get you Knicks season tickets. We'll do that. You want to?
Yeah, exactly. So, Paul, you gonna gloat?
No, I'm not gonna gloat.
Gonzaga is still in it, and my Michigan Wolverines lost.
And here's the craziest thing about that: Michigan missed their last 8 shots and would have won that game. They only lost by 2, and they had 2 open looks from 3 to win it. and they still had another chance. So it was just one of those things where I was really rooting for both of us to be in the Final Four. But first of all, I talked a lot of shit about Gonzaga winning the whole thing, wire to wire, all that. So I still have some work to do.
That's true.
I
haven't seen them play yet. I've just been so fucking busy, but I heard you've been telling me just the way they're moving the ball around, no egos. Sounds like the old school basketball there.
They're like a coach's dream where it's just like a couple of guys can go to the NBA and they don't care. It's like who's ever open. And you're like, oh, okay, this is how you win. And
I'm all in because who's left? I want to see somebody new win it. Gonzaga's never won it, have they?
So Houston is back since the Phi Slamma Jamma. They're back. They haven't been there. So they're there for the first time since 84. Gonzaga's there for the first time since Baylor's there since the first time since 1950.
That's a good one too, Baylor.
So Baylor and Houston go at it, and UCLA, Gonzaga go at it.
Yeah, I know the Bruins. I like the Bruins. I didn't like them beating them. Okay, 5 Slamma Jamma, Paul. Who was it?
The only ones that I know are Clyde the Glide and Akeem Olajuwon.
Those are the only 2 I know too. 5 Slamma Jamma. Let's see who they were. Oh, it was PH.
Phi like a fraternity.
Yeah, but also meaning the number 5, right? 5 of them. Right? Isn't that what they were? Am I crazy?
I think so. I think that's what it means.
All right.
Slamma Jamma.
Let's see here. Who were they? The Cougars star. All right. Akeem Olajuwon. Shooting guard Michael Young. No, wait. I'm skimming through this. You'd think they just say who the fuck they were. All right, let me look it up again. God damn it, Paul. My big stupid finger here. Who were Phi Slamma Jamma?
Such a cool name.
Dude, they used to come up with all great nicknames. They featured All-American Clyde Drexler, Akeem at the time, Akeem Olajuwon, and Michael Young, and they blew past and soared over opponents. Houston lost a 1982 national semifinal to eventual champions North Carolina with Michael Jordan.
And I think
Michael Young, Clyde Drexler, and Akeem Olajuwon seem to be getting the most credit. I don't know who the other ones. Dude, they had a great one. I was talking to you about the old posters they used to have, the sports posters at Foot Locker or Athlete's Foot back in the day. They had the Supreme Court, and it was all the best players in the NBA wearing judges' robes, and they just had them on like some outdoor basketball court. Like sports did not have the fucking money that it has now. Like as far as like, dude, it was, people don't understand, dude. It was 5 minutes of the local sports cast. I used to watch Bob Lobel and Bob Newmeyer. Those were the guys that I would watch. Yeah, that was back in the Anchorman days.
I love
Chet Curtis, Tony Pepper. Those were names of actual, like, they all think that's all that stuff. I think that whole movie was just based on.
Wait, Tony Pepper was his real name was Pepper?
Tony Pepper was the guy. Chet Curtis. It was Jack Williams, Liz Walker, fucking Bob Lobel, Bob Newmeyer. Knew me. I remember we had season tickets in 84, and he was sitting in the end zone on one knee, and he used to do these live things. 27, 24, the Patriots needed to score here. And then they give it to John Stevens or Mosi Tatupo, and then they'd score a touchdown. So we knew what he was doing. So he was trying to do the thing. We were all in the end zone just going, "New me, new me, new me." And he just put his head down and we would fuck up his thing. But he would laugh.
That's so great.
Because we were fucking up his day, but he also had like half a stadium chanting his fucking name, at least the whole end zone.
That's so great.
We were so fucking drunk. I remember this fucking guy, Stanley Morgan. This is way back in the day. Like Grogan threw a pass. Stanley Morgan catches it over his shoulder in the corner of the end zone. We all thought it was a touchdown. The fucking refs goes like this. He's like saying it's like out of bounds. And dude, this guy behind me, his knee hit the back of my head, just like leaped in the air to yell at the referee. He jumped down to yell at the referee because you could be that close. And there was that cement thing, and he fucking landed on his ribs. It was insane, dude. And there was kids there, and that was back when the beer commercial, they'd go, less filling, tastes great. So from one end zone to the other, there was a tunnel. One side would be going, less filling, tastes great. Then it'd become, fuck you, eat shit, just screaming. And there was all kids there, and nobody did anything.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Open containers, the whole fucking thing.
Some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life has been a drunk guy at a game. One guy stood up, we're at Yankee Stadium, and I'm with Lucas and Lucas's friend. And Lucas is like, dude, you put that down, Bill, like it was like it was a cold
I don't
one.
do anything now. I gotta get one of those a week. All right, everybody, it's my bookie. Oh, whether you're a basketball fan or a fan of sports in general, everyone knows that March is time for college ball to shine. And with my bookie, there is no shortage of opportunities to cash in. Talk about who you're betting on to win March Madness. I bet on Michigan. They're out of it. Why would you bring that up, my bookie? It still hurts. Who's in your bracket? Michigan. Play in the MYB bracket contests for a chance at huge cash prizes, or pick your spots with individual tournament games, championship futures, or in-game live betting. And with baseball right around the corner, I heard some good chatter about the Red Sox lineup. Take a swing at the MLB lock of this season with a bet you simply cannot lose. MYB has lowered the over-under on total runs to 0.5 for the opening day matchup between the Dodgers and the Rockies. So they're basically saying there's going to be no runs scored. So smash that over and grab your free money, people. Sign up today at mybookie.ag and use the promo code BETTER, BETTER, to secure your first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code BETTER to claim your free cash bonus. Fuck, Bill. And add even more excitement to the sports you love. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie.
All right. Sunday spring. Guys, I'm doing a lot of work around the house, working on a new garage. Oh, Bill, I'm a garage guy. I've been looking at, you're getting old. I've just been looking at new garages, redoing my garage. And with spring right around the corner, that means it's time to get my lawn on track. Oh, I got acres, guys. I got acres. This is right up my alley. The last thing anybody needs is another complicated, toxic lawn project. Sunday is more than a lawn care product. It's customized lawn plan that works with nature. They take out all of the guesswork and unwanted chemicals so you can grow a beautiful lawn that's better for people, pets, and the planet. I'm all about the planet. I'm all about making things better.
Hey, Paul, you live here. Why wouldn't you take care of it?
Hey, who am I?
I'm just a guy on this marble that's just spinning it through space, man.
Talk about what you like most about Sunday care. I'll tell you what I like about Sunday lawn care. I like seeing my neighbors with the brown patches, and I don't have that. And I just still give a nice wave, like, we know what's going on here, buddy.
My lawn is crushing it, and yours isn't.
Yeah,
My
you
lawn
don't
just
say
made the playoffs, and you're going golfing on a muni course.
This is your first time getting serious about lawn care. Talk about your experience and tell listeners what you think. Well, you know what my experience was? My lawn is going to look like where the Giants play at MetLife Stadium, except it's going to be real and that green. How about that? All I have to do is go to Sunday.com, put in my home address, put in the home address, and their free lawn analyst tool will take care of the rest in just seconds. Sunday uses soil and climate data to create a tailored nutrient plan so you can get all the stuff your lawn needs and nothing it doesn't.
No comedian can read out loud.
Huh?
No comedian that's funny reads well out loud. Go ahead.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Well, this is the first time I got the product, so I want to do right by the sponsor. You know what I mean? Sunday is made with ingredients that you can actually pronounce, like seaweed, iron, and molasses, so you can grow better and feel better about it. Sunday explains exactly what you get and why, and everything is sent straight to your door right when you need it.
Sunday.
Sunday. All I have to do is attach the ready-to-use pouch to the garden hose and spray. Lawn care used to take up my whole day. Now it will take less than 15 minutes. So that is true.
Well, you're just out there spraying your yard.
Quick and easy. Who can't do this?
Quick and easy.
Best of all, this stuff really works. Let Sunday take the guesswork out of growing greener, more beautiful lawn this spring. Visit getsunday.com/better to get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. That's $20 off custom plan at getsunday.com/better. Get the lawn on the block that everybody looks at and admires, because that's what I'm going to do.
Dude, our reads have got to be the most clunkiest. The way you said you go, Sunday, because you like trying to look at the other words.
No, it was bold.
My brain tries to guess the words, and I start saying shit that doesn't even exist.
Yeah. Lucas is probably 7 or 8. And the guy stands up, and he stands up and then turns around looking at us and everybody else. And he waves to the kids and he says like this, and anybody who didn't have a Yankee, he would just go. And then he would look at the kids, and the kids are going like, what's he doing? And Lucas is like blushing. And then he would look at the kids and go, it's okay. No, don't worry. You guys are cool. Go, fuck him. Right. Fuck him. And it was weird.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I was just going like, all right, dude, that guy's drunk. So I had to explain to Lucas, like some guys, but then there are funny guys who are like, Yankee had a guy on second base. I think I told you this story. Yankee had a guy on second base. This guy is hammered and he's a Yankee fan. He goes, hey, don't you dare leave him out there. Don't you dare leave him out there. He did it. Don't you straight it. And it was just, and dude, oh my God. It was just, one of the best ones I heard. This was when Giambi was on the Oakland A's. And the bat flew out of somebody's hand, and Giambi was standing on first, and the bat was near Giambi's feet. Out of nowhere, on cue, the guy goes, hey, Giambi, it's not a hot dog, you fat son of a bitch. But like, it was like he was waiting to say it. That's how like he was ready. So funny, man.
Well, I think a lot of like the stadiums now where they have all of those giant screens, and they constantly keep you, if the game's not happened, then you're looking at that.
Trivia. Yeah.
Well, it's a great crowd control thing, because it kind of ended. There was always the class clown in every section that would be making everybody I used to get, you saw him, Paul, you went to games with me. I just get like, I felt like I had a show, and I would just be yelling shit and trying to make people laugh. Dude, I used to go to games by myself when I was doing fucking college gigs, and I would just root for the home team, and I would just start talking shit about the other team. And like, people would be looking at, because they'd hear my accent, like, where the fuck is this guy from? I just hated, I don't know what I hated fans of the other team taking over your stadium. I always fucking hated that.
Me too. And I remember I took my old manager, my first manager, Tony Camacho, Tony the Tongue. You know why they call him Tony the Tongue? The guy's tongue was like the size of a chicken cutlet. And he was great guy.
I thought it was because he was a smooth talker. I was like, oh, it sounds like a good manager. Tony the Tongue. I didn't want to sign this kid. Next thing you know, I'm giving him a weekend.
So I was just so appreciative that the guy believed in me enough to work with me. I'm in my 20s. I'm excited. The guy had managed, guys like Brewer and all these people coming up. And I'm, he's a diehard Giants fan. He had like old Giants shit. So I said, hey, man, I got tickets to a Giants game. You're my manager. You get me some work. You got me some money. When I met you and Bobby Kelly in 2005, the weekend of Thanksgiving Eve, Tony got me that gig. So Tony and I go to a game, and Dallas Cowboys are in town. And I still remember the play, man. It kills me. But anyway, 20 yard, yeah. And then they kicked the field. It was a 20-yard pass, Witten caught, and then they kicked the field goal at the end. Anyway, Tony's sitting next to me, and there's a guy just leaned in over him, almost touching him. Like if this is Tony's shoulder, the guy's like this, and like purposely leaning up, and he had a Cowboys thing on, and it was really rude. And Tony kind of just leaned up. He's a, and I just go, hey man, can you just back off, my friend? Can you get, and he did. And I could tell Tony got comfortable when that happened, but like the guy was being like passive aggressive, and I hated number one fans that I hated in when the Giants would play would be Cowboy fans. Cause some were cool, but then there were the ones that like stood up, like they did like this thing showing our championships on the big screen. And this guy was hammered, and it was the Cowboys. He's like, man, fuck out of here, man. And like, I'm with my brother and my son, and people like, and it was one of those guys where you just wanted him to walk out losing. And like, as soon as oh God. And unfortunately they won that game too. But I cannot stand that, man. I can't stand when somebody, but you've made me blush. You have made me, I've been to games with you where I was just like, wow, he's going in. Like
I used to drink a lot, Paul.
I would watch you.
Dude, so much of my shit, I would just get mad seeing people for the other team having a good time.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with the game. It had nothing to do with the game. If I saw somebody and they looked like a douche to me and they were enjoying themselves, I just lasered in on them. I really got my ass kicked a lot more than I did.
I saw you lean back. You leaned back one time. We were at some college. You leaned back, and I just saw your eyes scanning. Your eyes were scanning. You were looking for the other jersey, or you were looking for somebody on the opposing thing, and you were just.
It had nothing to do with sports, Paul. It never has anything to do. It's all my bullshit from being a kid.
You actually apologized to a guy once. We were at a game, and you and him were going, and you were like this and that. You went hard at him, and then I saw you real. We were hammered. And you were just like, you like patted him on the. You go, hey man, it's all good. Like you, and I was like, oh, he knows.
By the end, I realized that I finally realized I was the dick, and then I started becoming the peacekeeper. I remember you wanted to kill somebody in Tampa,
and the kid in when we went to Alabama.
And the kid on the bus, the one on, that kid.
That kid got hammered, drunk.
No, but you were right. You were right on that. Yeah, we went to Alabama versus Texas A&M in College Station. We took a fucking bus, a booze bus,
a public bus, which was so dumb.
No, it wasn't public. It was specifically for that.
But with strangers,
like a public bus, but it was carting us to the game. And there was just this one fucking guy. He was just obnoxious. He was everything that makes me want to watch the game at home.
I hate Alabama because of him and his fucking loafers and his khakis, those Alabama khakis he had on. And he had those loafers that they wear. Like,
dude, the loafers, the funniest thing ever is them trying to act like, like they're these aristocrats. Also were like that? The fucking TCU fans coming there in their dumbass blazers and shit. It's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck about TCU. This is the Harvard of Texas, is it? No one cares. I never heard of you guys. The horny toads. Come on, frogs. I fucking hated them. All those J.R. Ewing looking fucking jerk-offs. I like the SMU Mustangs. I like Baylor, the Longhorns. I like Texas Tech. I like the Aggies. Those fucking cunts at the fucking the frogs, man. Oh my God, they look like the douches in like a coming to age movie in the 80s. Like they were the frat with all the money. That's what they look like. I was like, oh my God, this is like is Dangerfield gonna come here and do the triple Lindy?
The sweater, the tied sweater around the
dude. That's how they were dressed. I was like.
Yeah, Bill, that was my first Rose Bowl, and it was TCU, and we sat in the sun, and it was a bunch of kids going, like, with their fingers down, TCU, and by, like, 5 minutes into the first quarter, Bill was just ripping on, and it was on everybody, yeah.
Was I drunk that one? Because sometimes I didn't drink.
That was my first one. You were drunk.
I was drunk.
Yeah, you kept yelling TCU in a really annoying way right after them. So they go TCU, and then you go TCU, and you were just doing it.
Come on, frogs.
Yeah, man. I
got mad at them because they were supporting their team, and for some reason they were all dressed up like they were going to go on the Lawrence Welk show afterwards. Yeah, Lawrence Welk is a very old reference, but I'm telling you, it's right on. Dude, just know that the closing song on that show was "Good Night, Sleep Tight, and Happy Dreams to You." It was the whitest show ever. There's a wish and a prayer for every dream to come true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night. That's how white it was. Oh, and that's what they look like. They all look like, and then all these old people would come out and they would be dancing around the fucking floor. Dude, this is how old the fucking fan base was for that show. The guy used to do a live read for Geritol. I don't know if you even remember it. It was like this multivitamin for fucking people that fought in the Civil War or some shit. It'd be old as shit, dude. All right, this next to numbers. This fucking Lawrence Welk. I think he was this German guy. I don't know when he left Germany.
Geritol sounds like that old man cream you put on. I thought it was a cream from like the 50s.
Dude, it was it was a little jar of vitamins, and they would sell them to these old people. This is back when we just knew nothing about nutrition or anything. Like it was just like,
dude, you're bringing me back. You're bringing me back.
Yeah, dude, my
grandmother.
Ate 3 times a week. Didn't realize how difficult that was for you. Not that I don't love a steak, Paul. Oh, I tried the plant-based thing. I'm not doing that. I'm like, what do you got here? Older folks often have tired blood. Geritol.
That is the most non-medical way of saying it. Nobody even knows
it's
that.
Snake oil. It's snake oil. Can the listeners see this? Can you have to talk, Andrew? They got to see this thing. The viewers here, I should say.
I'll drop it in. But
Geritol.
Tired blood. That should be our sponsor. Tired blood. Well, if for $20 off, anything better.
It's a good name for a special. Paul Virzi, Tired Blood. Take a look at who takes Geritol.
That's great. Dude,
we used to watch that every week, and we would watch Shana Na and the Wonderful World of Disney.
What years? What years was that?
This was like before you were born, dude. This was the early 70s. And it was such a fucking big deal. Yeah, there's Lawrence Welk.
With Geritol.
With Geritol, there you go. It was such a big deal if a movie, like the ABC Sunday night movie of the week, you were like, oh my God, this isn't a TV show. This is a movie. And they're showing it on television. It was bananas. My parents, we would make popcorn. And I remember we had this yellow bowl full of popcorn, and we would sit there and watch these. No, I think when the Sunday night movie came on, that's when we had to go to bed because it was more like an adult movie or whatever.
Oh, school night. Yeah, school night. But dude, you're bringing me back to when my yaya, for the people that don't know, I'm half Greek. Yaya is grandmother in Greek. Me and her would sit and watch Golden Girls, which, by the way, Golden Girls is in my opinion, one of the most underrated sitcoms in history. The fucking B. Arthur, the chemistry
all
that
B.
Them. Arthur, Betty White, no, all of them.
Joe DeRosa used to tell me forever how great that show is. And I'm like, Joe, you're just a counterculture fucking. I'm not sitting here watching these old broads. And then one day, I forget what I was doing.
Dude.
My last house, I was doing my taxes or something. And I was just, everything's just covered in fucking receipts and shit. So I couldn't find the remote, and they were playing a marathon.
Oh.
And dude, I was hooked by the third one that came on. I was kind of like, this is all right. By the third one, I was just like, this fucking show is hilarious.
The sarcasm of B. Arthur and the dim-wittedness of Betty White, and then the other two. She would give me 2 cookies. She would give me 2 cookies in a napkin. and I would sit and I would fucking watch that with her. And my grandmother was, dude, like the thing about Greeks is they're very paranoid. They think everything great is Greek. Everything great is Greek. Anything. She could watch like Lionel Richie and be like, his hair. I'm telling you, there's some Greek. Like that's how they are. They're delusional and about pride, about how prideful they are. You know, Giannis Papas, good friend of ours. I mean, the kid,
Giannis Papas has it times two.
He's texted
Greek,
me.
It's Greek and New York.
Yeah, he's texted me out of nowhere and gone out of nowhere. And I would just look at the text and he would go, you understand your mother's 100% Greek, right? And I would go, yeah. And he goes, how come you never, because he can't handle that my mom. See, here's the thing. My mother's 100% Greek. My father's 100% Sicilian. And my father's a character who thinks Sicilians are the greatest peoples, you know, like Jesus Christ. So my Greek grandmother and mother butted heads. My mother and my grandmother butted heads because my mother rebelled against the Greek because my mother was the oldest and not not the one they were hard on her. So she was like, Greeks, nah, I'm rebelling against the Greeks.
So
she
watch that. You got to watch it. You can't, they'll get their vengeance.
So she didn't put it on me. And my dad in the other ear is going, man, I'm just Sicilian. You know, I'm the father, you're Sicilian. And I had that. So that's why I'm more of like, people look at me go at time, but I am half Greek and my Greek grandmother was a character and good genes, lived to 99. Well, your grandmother, rest her.
Greeks live forever, dude.
Yeah, dude. Ever tell you what that Greek waiter said to me once? He comes over and he's like, hey, everything. He's writing everything down. He goes, yeah, you put lemon with everything. You live longer. He goes, you're Greek though? He goes, yeah, even if you smoke and do bad stuff, 80s easy. Like as a matter of factly. He goes, do anything. True. He goes, do you smoke anything 80s? If you take care of yourself, forget it. It's like, all right, man, I'll get the lamb with the.
My great grandmother was the oldest woman in Massachusetts. She was 109 or 110. They didn't have birth certificates. And
what?
She was fine. Yeah, no, swear to God, she was fine until she broke her hip at like 95. And then she was in a nursing home. But she was funny when we would visit. My earliest memory, like 4 years old, going to the nursing home, she would say in Greek to my mother, there's a lot of old people around here. And she was the oldest person around everywhere. That was her.
She probably meant mentally old.
Probably. I mean,
I meant that. Yeah.
My grandmother.
Yo, breaking your hip was the old overdosing. If you broke your hip if you were in your fucking set, it was over. It was just it was done.
They didn't have a cast for it. Like, how do you set a hip back then? Maybe they did. I don't know. My grandmother lived to be almost 105. Then I had a grandfather that lived into he almost lived to be 100.
Oh, Billy Good.
I had another one that made it to 80 or 81. 81, I think he made it to. And then I forget how old my grandmother was. I never really knew her too well. The other one, I don't know what she lived to be. I want to say she was like early 80s.
You know what she would say to me though? She would go, no cheese. This is what she lived to 99. She would go, no cheese. And she would never drink. But when she would drink, it would be this much wine. And she would always go, no, very little, very little. And then she would take this little tiny, like almost like those orange juice things they give you in a diner. That would be her red wine at dinner. And she was so psyched that she was doing it because to her, it was drinking. I mean, to me or you, it was like a gulp. She would just go, yeah. Good luck. She would just say to everybody, good luck. And she was so psyched. And she would take a sip and put it down. But she said, no cheese, no booze, don't eat a lot. She goes, oh, these fat people, they just keep eating. You don't need to. You don't need to.
No, you don't. Dude, every pound of fat is 5 miles of capillaries your heart has to pump. Every fucking time. It's you're giving an extra 5 mile route. Dude, that's why they say if even like 6 pounds overweight can really affect how long you live.
Speaking of health stuff.
I'm slicing vegetables, Paul. My tired blood spilling all over the counter.
Speaking of health stuff, I got my first vaccination shot because I'm a employee of something where I was able to in entertainment. The comedy club hooked it up. and said, my business is, these are my employees or whatever. So I was able to get a Moderna shot, a first one.
Nice.
And I'm online getting it. And all I'm thinking was, and don't make this political, you fucking assholes. This isn't political. I don't care. If people want to get vaccinated, great. If they don't feel comfortable getting vaccinated, great. I don't give a fuck. But I was like, you know what? I'm flying a lot. I got gigs coming up. I talked to my doctor. I trust my doctor. My doctor's like a friend of mine. And my doctor said, Paul, get any of the three. They're safe. Go do it. So I was like, all right, man, let me do it. I'll do it. Worst happens, God forbid. What are you going to do? So I'm online. Yeah. If it's bad, what am I going to do? So I'm online and I'm texting friends. I'm just going, hey, dude, you think it's smart? I'm just trying to
Why would you open it up to non-doctors? Why would you do that? Dude, you know what I just read?
So as the lady was doing, the lady was so nice. As she's doing it, I'm going, yeah, I'm going to do this. No, like she was just like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm going like, listen, real quick though, before you put that thing, I go, is you having any allergic reactions in here? And she was like, no, none. You're good. I was like, all right, let's do it. Up until
Tommy Hearn said when Marvin Hagler died, he put it out there. He got the vaccine, and that's why he died. And his wife flipped out. She goes, "It's not what the fuck happened. Don't say that."
Who?
Thomas the Hitman Hearns said when Marvin Hagler died, he said that's why he died. He got the vaccine. He's fighting the effects of it. I think he's in a conspiracy theory or something. He put it on Marvin, and then his wife came in and said, "That's not what the fuck happened."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No.
This idea that they want to kill all the people is just like, just think that through.
Yeah, that's what
Whoever gets it is going to fucking die, right? Just think that through. Think of how many dead bodies there are going to be. Think of the disease that's going to bring. And then who's going to fucking bury all of them? Rich people don't want to dig holes. That's what we're here for. They're going to kill all the ditch diggers, and then what? Then they got to bury us?
Yeah. No, listen, like I said before, this is how I honestly feel about it. If somebody says, I'm just not comfortable taking the vaccine, I don't want to take it, that's fine. I'm all for that, man. Like, if you don't want
I don't give a fuck if you don't, but I don't want you fucking sitting here telling me that I shouldn't be listening to doctors.
Dude, my doctor's got OCD like me. My doctor's got like anxiety like me. My doctor's the fucking best and he's the coolest. And I was like, Doc, what are we doing here?
These people back in the day, like when they cured polio, like they wouldn't take the shot, and then they'd walk around with one fucking baby leg and one big one. That's what they would do. Telling you, man, it's a conspiracy. Like hobbling down the fucking street.
One baby leg.
Yeah, like why would you do that?
No, babe. My doctor. There were years my doctor said you don't need the flu shot.
I getting a second opinion. This doctor says one thing, let me talk to another doctor. That's how you get a second opinion. You don't talk to a doctor and then talk to your friend who fucking, is a fucking salesman.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I got friends who like 300 pounds. They smoke 2 packs a day. They're like, I don't know what's in it. Like, I can tell you what's not in it. The 114 chemicals you're putting in your fucking lungs. Take the shot, dick. But listen, I'm looking at it like this. If my doctor said, Paul, give it some time, let's see. I remember one year my doctor goes, you don't need the flu shot this year. Then one year my doctor goes, if you get the flu, it's going to be real bad. Get the flu shot. Done. Whatever my doctor tells me, this guy has gotten me, it's been pretty good up to this point. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Dude, my favorite thing now, I'm seeing like people going like, they're not wearing a mask. I got the vaccine. It's like, that didn't say that you couldn't. What are you doing here? Like, you got to wait a minute. How do you know, like, they think like they got it. All right, I'm good. And they just got the first one. They even got the complete thing. They just got the first one. And now they're just walking around. And it's like, from what I understand, it's like the reason why you're supposed to finish all your medicine when they give you like, what do they call those fucking things? When you antibiotics. You want to finish the whole cycle that they give you because you want to the hoof. You want to kill the whole fucking thing off because if you kill 90% of it, it then they mutate and they build up a defense against what you're trying to use. So I would think that if you just get one and you just start walking around with no mask on, COVID's getting a jab rather than the fucking one and then the overhand right. and it doesn't know what happens and they're out. So that's what I would be worried about that with a non.
Dude, one of the greatest
Until they
things.
tell me, I don't give a fuck. I have the vaccine until they tell me. Once they say it's okay to walk around without a mask, then I won't wear one. But I will tell you, for the rest of the time, anytime I have a cold or anything, I'll wear a mask. Because my daughter caught a cold at school. We were all worried that it was going to be like COVID or something. We all got tested. We were fine. But we wore masks just because we had them because of COVID. And for the first time ever, the cold didn't go through the house.
The one thing that I like about the mask is believe it or not, as much as it is harder to breathe, the airplane, I used to get sick off of airplanes. I used to come off and I used to, come home and I get sick. Now, since the flying that I've done with the mask, I don't get sick. But one of the greatest things was what the coach of, and I'm not even mad at her. I think it was hilarious. The head coach of the women's Oregon basketball team. She goes, listen, I don't think they should test during the Final Four. They got to the Final Four and she goes, listen, let the kids earn this, which is so funny to be like, listen, man, if it was a Sweet 16, I get it. I got here. All right. Don't fuck with me. I got here.
Hey, everybody's looking for a competitive edge, Paul. Listen,
guys are sniffling on the
people in the locker room coughing. Yes. But are we firing on all cylinders? There's also that. Now, this is a new virus. We don't know a lot about it.
Listen, we're shooting 43% from the field. I think the kids are fine.
This is the best fucking team I've had since I've been here. I didn't want to move here. This is where my career took me. I'm trying to parlay this into something. Don't take this away from me. Any more questions?
It was dusty in there. Those sneezing was normal.
People
I was
cough.
Oh, dude. By the way, March Madness probably not talked about enough how great of you could watch a team like Houston play Baylor and you're just like riveted because everything counts. Every possession counts. All of the
and
Michigan.
It's such a quick game. 20-minute halves. I love it.
Dude, all the old Michigan players from the Fab Five were there. One guy was calling the game. Jalen Rose was there, just so in. Juwan Howard coaches them. Listen, man, I don't even care about our bet. I wanted them to win just because it was just like, oh, those assholes had a chance too. Killing me.
Get one. They're going to get one soon. I believe in Juwan Howard, even though I've probably watched about 7 minutes of their games this year total. Not even going to lie. But I just know Juwan Howard is,
We bow to no man. We bow to no program. We are. I would have literally suited up in the shape I was in when we were at that game and ran a play, get the shit. That was, for the people that don't know, we go to a game every year. When we went to Michigan, and we watched that game under the lights, they play a video of James Earl Jones, who is, first of all, fucking Darth Vader's voice, but so many other things. And he narrates the program, and it's a trailer for the university. And they showed Brady, and they showed Jeter. They showed astronauts, Gerald Ford. Then they were like, we have more wins than any pro. And then he's just like, we bow to no man. We bow to no program. And the music is, I'm getting the chills thinking about it. And Bartnick's like this. Dude, Bartnick, we were, all of us were locked in the screen. And then he was just like, we are Michigan. And and it was, I mean, do you remember? That was the nuttiest, most intense thing ever. And I was like, I'd go here because of that. I'd go here. I would go to this school because of that. It was, sorry, Ohio State listeners. I'm just saying. I'm sure you guys have a somebody Ohio State. If the podcast ain't that good anyway, fuck these guys.
Oh, I know. They all started chirping after Michigan lost. They didn't say shit when their fucking team lost to a 15th ranked team or whatever. That's how they are, Paul. That's how they are. It's just how they are. I can't stand fans like that.
No.
I've gotten away from you. You're all blurry now. What happened?
Me?
Yeah, you're blurry. What happened? There you go. See? You lean back and all of a sudden started focusing in on something else. No, I've stopped doing that thing like rooting against other teams. I root for my team, my team's out, and then whoever wins, I don't give a fuck.
I don't like the people that genuinely hate the city and the people there. Like I told you we were talking. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. Okay. I hate the Red Sox. Boston is literally one of my favorite places on earth, one of my top 3 cities. It's one of the coolest places to bring your family. The food is great. I think the people are some of truly the most hilarious fucking people I've ever met. Such great, and I'm like, I go to the game, I root against them. I'm not like, yeah, fuck that place. Like people like flicking cigarettes at like the license plate of the
you're
other.
A cool guy. And then you get the cunty ones. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, everything fucking closes at fucking 1 a.m. All that bullshit. I mean, I could go to fucking, this whole fucking place smells like, at least it did back in the day, smelled like fucking urine. It was still awesome.
It's like, I love loving a city and then just like rooting against a team that's not I don't take it out on the city. Like, they're like, oh, that skyline sucks. Look at his fucking food stinks. It's like,
remember how much fun we had in Jacksonville? We shot guns with silencers and we ate alligator. That's how you go to a city. You're like, what do you guys do here? This is what you do? Fuck it. We're doing it.
And that alligator.
I don't go down there and try to fucking get like some clam chowder. Dude, this fucking place sucks. I can't believe I traveled and it's not the exact same place of where I live. It's almost like, what am I, traveling to see something different?
None of my friends live there. What the fuck?
Well, you had that a little bit. I remember when you fucking came out to LA and you visited one of your friends and he was, we'll go down the street. There's a deli. They got boar's head. No, that wasn't down the street. It was a couple, like a town over. He goes, you going, Bill, and he's all excited. I'm like, dude, Bill, I got boar's head right down the street.
He said it like he found a treasure, though. He goes, dude, this one deli's got this. And that's why.
Paul, he moved 3,000 miles away.
You know who that was?
I think they have boar's head out here. They didn't. He moved like 3,000 fucking miles away. It's a taste of home. It's like every time I go to Europe, I want to see all the bullshit over there. But after a while, I got to go to McDonald's.
You know who that was?
I get excited. Like, oh my God, they got a McDonald's.
I get it. No, I get it. I remember when we were at Montreal, Jimmy Carr and I went to lunch, and he just every day went to Dairy Queen to get ice cream. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that you could go get that like every day. He goes, he goes, how do you not get ice cream every day? And I was like, no, dude, we got that here. He's like, it's incredible. He goes, I'm going to get this. He goes, like, this is like a grown man with a great career, very successful in England and everything. And he comes to Montreal, and he thought that a Dairy Queen to go get like ice cream every day was one of the most.
And it's not really good ice cream either. It's all right.
Hey, if you're British, it's fantastic.
Well, I think he grew up in old Britain. Like, I always heard the food over in Britain was terrible, but I went over there. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't as bad as they said. But I think back in the day, it might have been really bad. But like the Indian food in London was insane. And then I remember the guy that took me out on my run over there. He took me to the place where he used to get fish and chips when he was a kid, back when they still wrapped it in yesterday's newspaper. And like the grease would get the ink wet and the ink would get on the fish, and shit was toxic, but I'm sure it just added to the flavor. But one of the best memories I had on the road was we sat there by this little stream and we ate fish and chips in this park, and we were going up to go see John Bonham's grave on the way up there. And I forgot. I think I lost that phone. I lost that picture. So I got to go there again. It was weird when I took a picture of his grave. I was like, I can't do a selfie at the grave. So now I'm just taking a picture of the headstone, which I've already seen online, but I don't know. It was my picture. It was something I had to have something for like myself or whatever. But that was like one of the best times I had. Like, anytime you go someplace when you're traveling, dude, you go with the local and they take you to the spots and you're good.
I just picture John Bonham, rest his soul, his wife crying at the grave. You're like this.
Yeah. No, you can't. There was still like a bunch of drumsticks and all of this shit there.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of tacky when people would leave like booze bottles. I saw that at Bon Scott's grave too. And it's just kind of like, it's kind of like what, somebody overdoses of heroin. You're going to leave a fucking syringe there.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I never understood the giving the gifts. You know who said
the funny at Bon Scotsgrave in Perth in Australia, somebody left a Miller Genuine Draft. Like, Bon wouldn't drink this shit. I mean, he might have. Miller Genuine Draft is one of the worst fucking beers I've ever tasted in my life.
Yeah, dude, I've been off beer for a long time, but I like the cold ones. Do you know who said the Boar's headline? You know who said, dude, we got this one place. Sean Quinn.
I'll say your Philly friend, yeah.
Sean Quinn breaking the bottle at the thing and walking over like it was a movie is still one of the silliest, most hilarious things drunk ever. It was like, what did you do?
We got to tell, so we were all drunk, went to the fucking Rose Bowl, and afterwards we got into it with some people. And Sean Quinn, like he's in a fucking movie, picked up a beer bottle and he breaks it on the ground to hold up the sharp thing. And the fucking idiot, he hits it so hard, the whole thing disintegrates, and he had nothing in his hand. So he had to come up and mime like he still had something.
Oh, I see. I thought he had the cap and that's it.
He had nothing. He was holding his hand like this.
And we go, Sean, what the fuck did you do that for? He goes, I don't know. I saw it in a movie.
No, he goes, I always wanted to do that. It's like, what if they were crazier than you, Sean? And that's where you set the bar. Now, what do they have to do?
Oh my God. My friends are hilarious, though. That kid's an Eagles lunatic.
He's also an incredible cook, too. So the fact that he was into Boar's Head, you should have listened to him, Paul. Bill, I got it right down the street.
And, dude, like a super funny comic. Like he used to work with Stanhope. And then he got some work behind the camera, directing and stuff. But Sean would go off on those rants like Stanhope. He had that kind of style and super funny. And with that Philadelphia accent,
it's hilarious.
Water, yeah. They're really funny. And
I don't understand why their accent hasn't gone more mainstream. Like it just seemed like for a while, every fucking reality show had some fucking meathead from Boston on it, right? It's just like, why didn't they go to like the Philly fucking accent? The Pittsburgh accent is fucking hilarious. And the only guy I've ever seen in like entertainment that who does both of them is Nick Kroll.
And Tina Fey. Tina Fey has a great Philly girl. She did a Philly girl and really good. Like actually one of the best was Tina Fey.
Is that where she's from?
No. She's Tina Fey, another Greek from New York, I thought.
Oh, is she from New York? Well, that's pretty. I've never seen anybody who didn't live in Philly be able to do the Philly accent.
From Upper Darby.
Oh, she is. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck, good call.
Upper Darby. One of my favorite jokes. I did a gig out there in Upper Darby, which at the time was kind of run down. I don't know what it is now. And I guess Jon Stewart was there. And he goes, "This is Upper Darby?" Because Jesus Christ, I'd hate to see lower Darby.
I've heard comics go, "This is new, whatever, like New Haven. I hate to see Old Haven." You know, who said that? Somebody said that. But what baseball start next week, Bill?
Hey, I watched the thing on MLB Network. They were saying that they liked our roster, our lineup, but I didn't hear anything about the pitching. So I don't get too excited until we got a 1-2 punch with the starters or whatever. I did watch a highlight of an All-Star game showing Nolan Ryan striking out the side when he played for the Angels, just throwing gas.
Oh, that dude threw gas.
No bullshit. I'm throwing fucking heat and you're not going to catch it up. And there was no movement on it. It just fucking... You couldn't catch it. And Joe Garagiola, I think, was doing the color saying he's got 3 days rest, so he hasn't pitched in 3 days, so he should be well rested. It's just like the difference. Difference. But also guys used to only play until like 35.
What do you do if your son comes up to you and says, "Dad, I know you're Red Sox. I love the Red Sox too, but me and my buddies went to a Dodger game. I'm rooting for the Dodgers." What are you going to just?
No, I don't care.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We live out here.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents were from the Midwest and they just became Red Sox fans when they were out here. Dude, I actually I like the Dodgers a lot because I used to root for them. I rooted for them in 77, 78, 81. And those are all the times against the Yankees because we could never beat you guys. So I was like, all right, can you guys do the job that we evidently are never going to fucking do? So I got into them. I got into the Kansas City. Dude, I got into so many baseball teams because the Yankees had finished us off, and then I would just root for them. So, like, every year, it was like Kansas City was in the would play for the pennant against the Yankees. 77, 78, they lost. 80, they beat them, and then lost to the Phillies. And then 81, I don't know what happened. 81 was the Yankees lost to the Dodgers. But I forgot that Thurman Munson died in 79.
Rest his soul.
So you got, rest his soul. So you guys were back-to-back champs then, and he was your captain.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you guys were because Baltimore had a monster team that year. But, like, to lose that guy, like, I was wondering, if you guys had a chance at three-peating. Let me look that. Andrew, can you look that up? Well, it looked he died in like July or August. I still remember that I was delivering the Boston Herald. I had a paper route. I remember seeing that. And that was the first time any athlete that I knew that was famous died. And it was weird because I hated him because there was a big rivalry between Carlton Fisk and Thurman Munson.
79. Is that the question? What year?
It was like August of 79 or July?
August 2nd.
August 2nd. What was the Yankees record? Yankees record, August 2nd, 1979. And I also thought that he was coming in for a landing and fucked up the landing and blah, 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 blah. But he was flying the pattern, and then they switched him to another runway, and then he came in at the wrong angle and screwed that up. But I thought he was flying from New York after a night game and was flying out to see his family and crashed. He had a new airplane. He was getting used to it. So
his teammates loved him, man. He was like one of those teammates that I heard he was like a captain. Like I heard when Reggie Jackson came in, like talking shit and everything. He was like, look, dude, like I heard he was like the sheriff, but I heard they loved
that stirs the drink. That's what he said.
That's great.
So I think they got off on the wrong foot, but they got to
become win together.
Well, I remember Reggie crying when they did the thing. I remember him going like that when they would.
Yeah, it's
a hell of a thing.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
All right, you're going to end on that. The tragedy of Thurman Munson.
I'll tell you what, dude. If one of my kids said, "Dad, I'm a Red Sox fan. I just love them. I'd be like, all right, man, you can get the motorcycle. You could get the. No, I'm kidding.
You live in New York. Like if I lived in Boston and they became like a Dodger fan, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Why them? Or whatever. But I understand because I used to love the Cowboys when I was a kid. I used to love Roger Staubach and all of those guys. But like, I still rooted for the Patriots and shit like that. So
listen, you got a 50-50 chance. Your son, here's the thing. Your son or daughter, you got a 50-50 chance that they're going to go Celtics or Lakers. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to be looking forward to hearing that one.
Now, that would be a hard one. But I just watch Celtics games with them all the time. And my kids like me. They like me at this age. But here's the thing, Paul. I'm not going to let some stupid fucking game cause an argument. They want to root for that fucking pylon. Fucking go to the grocery store and fucking go shopping for all the best talent in the fucking league every 3 years and go out and go buy championships. I'm not bitter.
What do you think would be harder to do?
You know what I think? I think the Lakers are still missing a piece.
Oh, please don't get me started on the Nets and Lakers now. What they're doing. What would be harder to date? What woman would be harder to date? A woman that you really were into. She loved all the teams of your rival.
Dumb woman, Paul.
All the teams
handle stupid.
No. I'm saying
I don't give a fuck what she roots for.
No. It's a choice though. You love her. She's smart. She's great. She loves everything in sports opposite of you, or her social and political views are opposite of you. Which would you rather?
Oh no, definitely sports, because the political thing is going to divide the family the way you're going to raise your kids.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a game, Paul. Who gives a fuck?
Ooh,
Is there anything better, Paul, than just watching your team, rooting for your team, and if they don't win, being happy for the other team. These fucking assholes like that,
That's a little far, though, I think.
what?
I don't know if I could be happy for the other team. I'll enjoy the game and I'll walk away upset, but I'm not going to be happy.
I could be happy for the fans because I know what it feels like not to fucking win. I know what it feels like to fucking lose. That was the whole beginning part, other than the Celtics. And even when the Celtics went on the run, we got Len Bias, and then that tragedy happened.
Yeah.
Reggie Lewis died. I mean, there was a lot of tragedy and shit that came along with those 3 titles that I saw him win. And, and then we were also like, dude, we were the Washington Generals in 2 out of 4 sports. It was like the Yankees. They win it all the time. The Red Sox, they always blow it. The Canadians, they win it all the time. The Bruins, they can't fucking win in the Forum. So we would. It wasn't just that we weren't winning. Our rival was the one that was winning 20-something championships. So I don't wish that misery. I really don't wish it on anybody. I don't. It's a fucking terrible. But I do wish it on certain individuals. If like you're a fucking cunty fan. Like I like the Ravens, but there's one Raven fan that I met that whenever they fucking lose in the playoffs, I think about him and I'm happy knowing that he's upset.
I totally get that. There's nothing better. Yeah, I totally get those people that deserve it and freak out. And I got a couple of friends that I don't mind when they but it's a story for another day. Guys, I want to thank everybody. Who came out to my shows. On Wednesday night in Orlando Improv, Thursday night at West Palm. Thank you guys so much. It was great. All the people subscribing to the Virzi Effect, all the people subscribing to this amazing podcast here. Anything Better, guys, please subscribe, like Anything Better, rate it, review it. That way the show goes up, and we appreciate all the kind words and everything that you are enjoying. And if you're not enjoying it, keep your mouth shut or don't listen. We don't. What do we care?
Paul, who can hate you after the beginning where you say everything's living in my house and you're going to put $700 into a 16-year-old cat?
Yeah.
You like me with cars. I see a fucking old car. I want to pull it out of the fucking ditch and fix it back up again.
Yeah, dude. If I can't do it, man. If I love it, man, the kid, I'm holding on to him at night watching TV. I can't just let him go because he's old.
Hey, you know what I got to show you that I discovered, and I'd gone by it a million times out here, is the original airport out here in Los Angeles still exists. It was in Glendale, California. It was called the Grand Central Airport. Now it's an office building, but it still has the tower, and it still says Grand Central Terminal or Airport on the outside of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was flying over, and I looked down on the sidewalk. It says Air Terminal on the sidewalk. I was flying the heli, and I was looking down. And I said to my strike, what the hell's that? He goes, somewhere over there is the original airport where Howard Hughes, Charles Lindbergh, Amelia Earhart, they all flew in and out of it. And I went over there the other day. I found it. I drove my old truck over, and I got a buddy of mine. He also, yeah, there it is right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's the old tower right there. That's the other side of it on Airway Boulevard. I get into that shit, dude. I'm fucking weird like that.
No, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. I love aviation, man. I'm fascinated with it because
you ever let me take you up?
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, man. Listen, I would.
I'm never taking you up, dude. Not that. You go, I go forward. You only take you go. Yeah.
No,
dude, that right there showed me how much you love me as a friend. As much as everything in you was just screaming, I'm Greek, I could live to 100. Why would I get into a helicopter with your dumb freckled ass? You fucking Irishmen die all the time.
No.
You're like, yeah.
Dude, I love it and appreciate it. You know, obviously, all aviation scares me, dude. I was coming into Westchester. They said this is going to be a very windy landing. You know, we're going to be sitting. And I just, you always worry, man. You always worry. Going that fast. He did something, though. I think I told you he came in faster to and we hit harder, but that was obviously what he did, and he obviously did a great job. But listen,
Yeah,
anytime
the
you're
wind
up,
might have shifted or something, so he needed to go. Dude, I saw this fucking thing the other day, man. These guys were flying this fucking jet, a commercial airliner jet, like a Northwest thing, and there was nobody on it, and they had to just puddle jump it, take it somewhere. They just needed a plane. So these two guys, so they're taking off, and the guy goes, "Let's have some fun." Never a good idea, aviation. So he fucking pulls back the stick. They were in some ridiculous climb, and when you come close to stalling, I guess in those things, like the yoke starts shaking like that, so he nose it down. He just kept taking to the brink of almost stalling. And a stalling, I used to think meant the engine quit. Stall means you had no longer have any lift because you've changed the angle of attack to the point that it's like this, and the air is now just hitting my big stupid finger, just hitting it like a billboard. So it's no longer creating lift.
yeah,
So he did that, and then whatever. They did that a couple of fucking times. They get up to 37,000 feet. And then he requested to fly at 41,000 feet, which was the limit that it could fly on. And because there was nobody on board, and I'm telling you, because it's all about your checklist and your process, they did this bonehead move where you needed to fly faster at that level because of how much thinner the air was. It said right in the handbook or whatever that you needed to fly 70 knots faster to keep the jet engines, the suck, squeeze, bang, blow, the whole fucking thing happening. And they were flying too fucking slow, and they were seeing their power going down, and they just didn't know. Then they were at an altitude where they could nose it down, and you got one shot at it, dude. But you could still do it, get them going again, and they fucked that up too. They ended up dying. Yeah, crashed the thing.
See, that pisses me off, man. Like, that's the shit right there. It's always like pilots, like, I mean, not always, but why would you do that? The fuck?
You do that because there's nobody on board, and you're like, hey, fucking, I don't have the pressure. Somebody else is going to die. You forget that you're on board, and you do dumb shit. It's like, would you do this dumb shit if there was 300 people sitting behind you? No. So why the fuck are you going to do that now?
What kind of plane was it?
I don't know, one of those big passenger. I'm not good with jets. One of those big passenger jets, like the kind you'd get on to go fly to Chicago.
A commercial jet. It was
commercial jet, yeah, like Northwest or something like that. And they flew. I don't know a lot about jet engine ones or whatever, but I do know the higher you go, the air gets thinner. So it makes sense that you then have to fly faster, I guess, to draw the air in. Or what? I don't understand how the whole thing works, but like, all I know is if they say whatever the envelope, fly here, that's where you fly. You don't fly less than it, fucking with it. And that's what they did. And then for some reason, to do a restart, they needed to have this attitude of nose down, and their nose just kept coming up, and they couldn't fucking restart it again. Then they were trying to glide to a fucking airport. Then they didn't make it. And then they tried to land it in the road, and then that was it.
Oh my God. How long ago was this?
I don't know.
Oh, dude,
that's one of these ones that I looked up. I, for some reason, watch those things because I just see those guys going, okay, those guys know way more than me, way more experienced. And I just analyzed, what did they do? And it was like they got out of their routine. And they started skipping steps, and they started thinking of like, hey, let's fucking do this. Let's fuck around here. Which even that shit that they were doing, getting it close to a stall, is not a big deal, I wouldn't think, to pilots like them at an altitude there. But what happens, then they went up, and you just went up, and because you never fly there, you just think, well, I'll just fucking go up there, and you don't check out like, okay, so what do I need to do when I'm at this altitude?
Yeah, that's
scary. One little stupid fucking move.
That's scary and horrible and tragic.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I hate to say
it. And educational, Paul.
And I hate to say it, rest they're so stupid. You don't do that. You don't go, hey, let's see what we could do up here. There's no passengers. Let's fuck around. And you're in a commercial airline. I mean, it's like, yeah, man, that's I hate hearing that. I can
tell by the way you're sitting. I shouldn't have told you that story. You're gonna get in your next pilot flight you take. You're gonna stick your head in the cockpit. Hey boys, let's try not to have a little fun today, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to the airport at 4:00 in the morning, by the way. So that's what I'm thinking about. Going to Oklahoma, but what are you gonna do?
Where are you going in Oklahoma?
I'm going to Oklahoma City for the first time ever. I'm going to be at Bricktown Comedy Club this weekend. And
Nice.
I've never been to OKC. And of course, I tried seeing if I could catch a Thunder game. And every time I go to these cool cities that have basketball teams, they're always on the road. So I can't do that.
Well, once you become a draw, then you can pick your weekends and then you start knocking them off. Dude, some of the best fans I've ever seen. And it's a great stadium, too, because it's a no frills. It's just like we've come here to watch basketball, not fucking eat sushi and sit behind some velvet rope. The fans were fucking great. I saw the Thunder play the Miami Heat. I was at that game where Chris Bosh got in some guy's face over there, and then Kevin Durant started giving him shit back. And then they said, what did you say to your teammate, after that altercation? And Durant said, I told him there's a lot of phony tough guys in the league, and that guy's one of them.
Is that what he said? That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, dude, let's wrap this thing up here.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for listening to this episode 11. Anything better, like and subscribe. Bill, you got anything that you want to plug?
Oh, yeah, I have a big fall tour coming up, indoor tour, anticipating that enough people are going to get this vaccine that we're going to put this thing to bed, and I cannot fucking wait. I've been doing stand-up in parking lots, in the grassy area outside of the Rose Bowl, staring at 700 cars of people. I hope we're laughing. I couldn't hear it. I cannot fucking wait. I'm doing another show tonight. I'm doing 2 on Tuesday. I'm back to doing stand-up.
Oh, the kid's back.
I'm back. I'm loving every fucking second of it. And yeah, dude, I've been having a good time, other than fucking up my finger. But at 5:30 today, I can they had to wrap it all in plastic. Look at this, so it wouldn't get wet. Dude, I woke up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. I still couldn't feel my finger. And I'm going, this guy either used way too much fucking whatever the fuck you stick in the finger, or he wrapped this thing. Thought he wrapped it too tight, and my finger was dying. So I got up and I took my nose hair clippers and I cut down the side here to like 2 a.m.
I'm just glad you didn't cut your finger off, dude. I am glad I did not get that phone call of you cutting your finger off. Thank God. That would have.
It looked like I started to cut the tip of a cigar off.
Oh,
right on the side.
Oh man, I'm gonna go get my cat now. I'm gonna go drop 700 and get this guy back to the house. And I'm gonna walk in with him. I'm gonna hold him like a football, and I'm gonna give Stacy a nice smile. And
I was just picturing the cat dressed like Uncle Junior on The Sopranos when he was trying to act like he was crazy during the trial. He's got a little walker and a hospital gown and that little hat. By the way, dude, that fucking coat you got me, that old man coat, that polo one's my favorite fucking coat.
I was gonna, dude. That's one. I'm getting one of those. I love that.
I wear that thing all the time. I had to take it to the dry cleaner, Paul.
Oh, I'm glad you got. Yeah, I remember. It's got the green with the beige. It's killer.
I wear it all the fucking time.
Oh, great. I'm glad.
I had a blue one and I had to get rid of it. I just had too many fucking coats. I had to get rid of it. I don't know why I got rid of it.
I'm getting one of those. I'm getting the one like I got you. I'm getting for the spring. I love those.
They are the old man coat. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys next week.
Hey, do we have anything better or no?
Is there anything better than saving your cat's life when you think he's gonna die?
Oh, how do I top that one? Is there anything better than you ate perfect and you go out and get a big fucking Italian sandwich, and then you only eat half of it, and you got the other half for later on tonight, and you put it in the back where your wife can't see it?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Not as good as saving your cat, but it's a good one. All right, love you, brother.
Later, brother. Love you too. Later.
All right, see you.